Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel where we talk about skincare, grooming, and sometimes hair. So if that sounds like your thing, make sure you are subscribed. Also, come and follow me on Instagram where I post a lot of stuff you're not going to see here on YouTube. So the other day I posted my PM routine, and I thought I kind of skipped my AM routine because it's kind of super simple and boring. So I'm going to share it with you today, and I'm going to throw in a few little extra bits that I might do if I was going out, if that makes sense. So I'll make it very clear what is part of my everyday morning routine, and then I'll make it very clear what the extras are. I've said this before, but my skin has changed a lot, even within the last year, so it doesn't take as kindly to a 10-step routine both morning and night, and it really doesn't need that whole routine morning and night either. I think as I've gotten older, my skincare routine is less about controlling my oils and more about staying moisturized and hydrated. So I see my morning routine as like prepping my skin for whatever the day has to throw at it and generally protecting my skin, whereas the PM routine is about recovery and treatment, repairing, things like that. So let's start off with the cleanser. Because I do so much in my evening routine, I often wake up with dewy skin that I'm pretty happy with anyway, so I usually just cleanse with a splash of water in the shower. This is because cleansing can be quite stripping of moisture, water from your skin, and as I mentioned, the older I get, the more I want to retain that moisture and seem to need to retain that moisture. So nowadays my skin doesn't really like a water cleanser in the morning and evening, but I'd actually recommend doing this for a lot of people. If you have irritated skin or dehydrated skin, this could work really well for you. However, in summer, depending on how like sweaty and disgusting the night has been, I might cleanse in the morning with a foaming cleanser just because I'm not left with that kind of dewy finish. It's more of a sweat. So then I move on to the toner. Usually I'd take a toner into the bathroom with me because I like to apply a toner straight onto damp skin or as quickly as I can once I'm out of the bathroom. This is because the quicker you get that toner on, the more hydrated and moisturized your skin is going to stay, obviously depending on the toner you use. The morning toner for me is all about keeping my skin hydrated and looking plump. It's very much a visual thing for me as well. So yeah, I like it to look nicely toned as well, as in like even skin tone. So of course I'm using the I'm From Rice toner. One of the only products I've used that has an instant kind of brightening effect to it, but also has long-term results. Usually with instant effect products, they are temporary results all the time, but this has like amazing long-term benefits. So yeah, just a few drops of this in the palm of my hand and then patted gently onto the skin. I'm trying to even out my skin tone a bit as well at the moment because it's I've been having breakouts, redness on my cheeks, all from an allergic reaction I had to a product that a lot of people keep asking me what that product was, but I'm not gonna say because I love the brand and the product is a really good product. It just didn't work for me, so I don't want to put people off it. I do another layer just because I like this just because I like this toner stage to be moisturizing for me in the morning. As someone with oily skin, as I was saying, I do like to keep my skin moisturized, but I don't like using heavy moisturizers. So the more moisturizing benefits I can get from each step of my routine, the better. So this has 77.78% of rice, which I always say is a massive amount for like key ingredient in a product. And I do find that it really does help just even out my skin tone and keep my skin looking like bright and dewy. Like there, you can see there. So the next step is not part of my everyday morning routine, but recently I've been breaking out. So I've been using a serum to help not fight my breakouts, but help kind of like heal my skin after the breakouts and help prevent breakouts. So yeah, if you got a skin concern, definitely use a serum in the morning and the evening. So at the moment I'm using the CosRx AC Collection Blemish Spot Clearing Serum. This isn't a product that I love, like I've definitely used it better, but I've opened it and I want to use it and it does do the job. So I usually do use the Body Shop Anti-Imperfection Daily Solution, which I ran out of, and I promised myself I wouldn't buy similar items if I already have a similar item. So yeah, this does the job perfectly fine. It's got a really nice watery texture. Ooh. That does just like glide on the skin. You only need like a drop per area really, but it's kind of difficult because it is such a watery texture for it not to come out really quick. So yeah, unlike other kind of like acne fighting serums and spot treatments, it doesn't feel drying. It does have a very overbearing smell of tea tree, which I don't mind, but it's a little strong for me. But you know what, it's been doing the job. It's been healing the skin after my breakouts. It's got niacinamide in as well, which is one of my favorite ingredients when it comes to evening out the skin tone. It's also said to reduce the appearance of pores, which I'm all for, especially in this area here. If you zoom into my thumbnails, you can see all the pores like here. Don't do it, don't zoom into my thumbnails, but if you do, you see the pores here, you see like the sebaceous filaments on my nose. Lucky for me, YouTube like decompresses the image when I upload it. I usually have to like put the quality down of the pictures, the same on Twitter and Instagram. But so yeah, that was an extra. One thing I do every morning is eye cream. A lot of you guys have been asking if I've ever tried Purito products. This is the only one I've tried. I have ordered some and it's on its way. This one's nice. Like, I never expect much from eye creams, to be honest with you. A lot of them claim to do miracle things and they just don't. All I'm bothered about nowadays is keeping hydrated under that eye area, and I guess the anti-aging benefits of using an eye cream. So I take a pea-sized amount, split that in two, which I still feels quite a lot of product, but don't waste it. I'm going to put it on my cuticles. Knuckles. I do just kind of go like where I think I'm gonna get crow's feet, because that's where everyone gets crow's feet. It's got peptide extract in, which is the anti-aging benefit of this product, to help improve skin elasticity. I wasn't actually going to use this. I've got like my set out here and I was actually going to use eye patches, but I really can't be bothered. But if I'm going out, like out on like a day out, I will use eye patches to give me like an instant depuffing, although they are kind of more a temporary solution. Okay, now we're moving on to moisturizer. One of the most important steps of the morning routine, so if you're gonna do the very basic cleanse, moisturize and use sunscreen, it's good to prepare your skin and protect it with a moisturizer throughout the day. So for me, the morning moisturizers are about moisture and protection. The evening moisturizers for me are about deep nourishment. I usually use moisturizers with more active ingredients in, so recovery, treatment in the skin as well. As I mentioned, with oily skin, I do like to use a light moisturizer, but also get moisture from other steps of my routine. So yeah, as someone with oily skin, I love a gel type moisturizer, like a water-based moisturizer. They're very, very good at hydrating the skin without leaving a greasy and oily film. So I'm actually trying a few moisturizers at the moment, so I thought today I'd do a first impressions with you. This is the Dr. Jart Water Fuse Ultimate Hydro Gel. Dr. Jart, I either love it or I just have no opinion on it, so I'm a little bit nervous about using this one. So this is described as a lightweight gel cream that boosts hydration and restores the oil and water balance of the skin, resulting in rejuvenated and refreshed skin. A blend of potassium, calcium and magnesium powers the aqua mineral complex formula, promoting elasticity and visible firmness of the skin. Formulated without parabens, phthalates and all sulfates. Okay, but yeah, let's give this a go. It comes with a nice spatula. So usually when I get creams, I will always take the product from the lid before anything else, and honestly that lasts me like weeks and weeks. A little bit there, a little bit here, a little bit there. I always start off with like a smallish amount of moisturizer. You could always add more if you need to. Let's see. Oh, it's got a nice cold soothing feeling to it. Very soothing. Oh, doesn't smell like anything at all actually, which is quite nice. And what I love about gel moisturizers as well is you can get them into facial hair if you have it. A lot of comments are always like, oh, I'd love to see you without facial hair, or I bet you look really good looking without facial hair. You have not seen me without facial hair. It's just like one giant chin. I really like this. It's like super lightweight, but it doesn't disappear into the skin like a lot of gel moisturizers do. That's because they usually contain denatured alcohol, which I don't mind because when it's formulated well, all it does is help penetrate the product into your skin. So I believe this doesn't have it in because it doesn't have that feeling to it. I mean, I can't see it in the top ingredients. I'll have to have a closer look. But saying that, it does sink in very, very well. And my skin does feel nicely hydrated, but like, oh. Oh. Wow. Oh my God. I I really like this. Oh, I like this a lot. The weather's getting a little bit warmer now, so I do need a light moisturiser, but this feels like I can definitely still use it in summer and not feel bogged down and greasy, but it's still going to hydrate my skin. Don't forget your neck. I mean, obviously that shine is going to settle down a bit, but I mean, I can live with that. I really like that. Okay, final step is, of course, sunscreen. This is a no-brainer. We all know we have to use sunscreen, but more than ever, I'm obsessed with using sunscreen. I've got a dark spot just here on the end of my nose. That came from picking a spot, that came from my reaction, which I know I shouldn't have done. But I've also got redness on my cheeks as well. So I'm like obsessed with not getting it any darker. When it comes to sunscreen, I like to just pile it onto my finger, do a few dots on my face. Now this does look like a lot, but I'm of course using the Klairs Soft Airy UV Essence. It's a daily sunscreen. I don't know why every sunscreen is a daily sunscreen. But what I like about this is, as I keep saying, I've got oily skin. And whilst I do like the shine that a lot of chemical sunscreens can give you, it gives you like a dewy finish. Sometimes you just want your skin to look like it's got nothing on it. And this sunscreen rubs in and literally just leaves you with nothing but protection on your face. It's very, very easy to rub in. Goes into the facial hair super easy as well. I know a lot of guys out there have been asking me what I do about the skin under my beard. I just hope that some gets down there. But then yeah, I do like a combination of rubbing and tapping, and I like to do the like little dots on my face because I feel like it gives me a good even spread of product. So once that's all rubbed in, I like to then do my hair, and for no real reason. I actually just like to let that settle onto my skin. I feel like if you let your skin like breathe around it or something, I don't know, let it oxidize, I guess, for a little bit, it sits a lot better on your skin. So I'm gonna go do my hair and then I'll be back to sign off. Okay, so I'm done. I don't know why I did that because I'm actually going to the get my hair cut now. So there was no point doing my hair. A few last steps, finishing steps before I go out. I always brush my teeth just before I leave because I drink coffee while I get ready. So after I brush my teeth, I use a lip balm. This one is one of those ones that like changes color on your lip. But this is like a for men one because men need a different thing. So it's a really, really subtle change, gradual change. So Tony Moly are cruelty free as of now. I stopped buying their products because they started to sell in China, which we all know if you sell in China, it usually means you have to test on animals to sell there. That law has changed as of 2019. I think it's very, very recent. So I'm still not going to buy their products, buy any more of their products until that's confirmed. Brands like Dr. Jar, Pianqiang Yule sell in China, but they work out a loophole so that they don't have to test on animals. That law has changed now, thank God, because that is crazy. I never get animal testing. Like, I'm sure there are hundreds of humans who would be like, give me 20 quid and I'll put that on my face, you know. So, oh, sorry, this is, what is this? This is by Apu. Yeah, this is a lively basil citrus woody perfume. It is a very unisex perfume. It's just kind of what's the word, musky, woody. I've been really trying not to put fragrance on my neck, I said, as I just applied it straight to my neck, but obviously it's one of the purest forms of alcohol you can get within cosmetics. So if it's a spray, I tend to spray it like along my clothes. For me, having a younger looking neck is more important than ruining my clothes or getting the most out of a fragrance. That's just my priority. So yeah, that is it. That is like my morning routine. I thought it was simple, but now it's like a little bit, I put like a little bit more, and I love how like dewy my skin looks after that Dr. Jar moisturizer. Like, you can even see it under the sunscreen. Yeah, I really like that. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you've used any of these products, if you love any of them, if you absolutely hate any of them, and let me know your morning routine as well. I always find that really interesting. As always, my videos are an open discussion, so please let's discuss in the comments below. But that is it for me now, guys. I will see you next time.